Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Naaman with the Great Millstone Camp here in DC. Back for another video. All right. First and foremost, call halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kahakwadash. And of course, once again, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, all right, who deserve double honors and rule well. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and the byways. All right. Pushing the truth, aided, of course, with the many videos that go up and are uploaded on a daily. All right, and assist in getting the word spread across the four corners of the earth. Of course, primarily this is to edify the remaining and hopefully elect of our people, because time is very short. Time is very short. All right, we're witnessing the last of the prophecies coming to pass, namely and mainly the MOTB. All right. So here we are, this copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. However, nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Let me check my volume here. Oh, yeah, we got to bring that up. All right. That should be sufficient. So, another video on you know who that's spazzing out. You know how I love these videos. This is again from Brother Phil's website. All right, Philip Scott Podcast. Becca says this country sucks. Oh, now it sucks. Because you are feeling the pressure now, the squeeze. Said Becca says this country sucks after having to work 12-hour shifts, then door dashing till midnight. Whoa. So whatever capacity she is, he's RN or whatever, I don't know, some sort of technician, but regardless, up until Trump got in, these were professionals, considered professionals. All right. For those of you that don't know, Trump administration downgraded a lot of these jobs that were mainly dominated by women, such as nursing, things of that nature. There's no non-professional. Go figure, huh? But this is mainly done in order he's trying to rein his women back in, Of course, our women are going to get caught up in it, with their prideful selves. But yeah, that was his main aim. Of course, he knew others were going to be caught up in it. Of course, he knew. All right. But yeah. So here we go with the video.
I stayed
Maybe that was too loud.
longer than I should have.
You know what? Hold on.
Not because I was weak.
This. Hold on. Take this out. I just realized I don't want to do the whole video and there's no sound. All right. So hopefully up until this point, I'm okay. All right. So now we're going to have to turn it up. There we go. All right. All right. So here we go with the video.
But because I loved for real. That's what this album sounds like. Love Illimitable. Out now.
As we said before, they are dealing with it very bad with this economy.
Yep.
And really what it is that they work, they have a lot of better jobs than we have, some of the folks. They have the higher paying jobs. You can look at what they make on average. They say on average they make $70,000 a year on average. Black people don't make that. They make around $42,000, $43,000 a year. So economically, on paper, they're doing a whole lot better than black people. But yet you do not see black people crashing out. And with these jobs they're working, they cannot sustain their lifestyle right now. And they're making plenty of videos frustrated. Case in point, I want you to watch what this woman has to say. and listen to what type of job she has and what else that she has to do on top of that job. Let's check that out.
Hey, so I work in the operating room, and I just worked a 12-hour shift in the operating room, and I cannot afford my rent. I can't afford my rent. I can't afford gas. I can't afford groceries. I can't afford any of my endless other bills that I am responsible for because I am an adult. After working a 12-hour shift in the operating room. So you know what I have to do? I have to DoorDash, and it's 12:30 at night. After I've been on my feet in the operating room for 12 hours all day, I'm now out DoorDash driving. And I spilled a Jake all over myself.
Hospital, and she's working in surgery, and we don't know if she's a nurse, is she a surgical nurse, is she some sort of tech. She didn't say what she do, but she works at the hospital. So she works 12 hours at the hospital, which should be a good job, and she has to go DoorDash after the fact. So
What do you always tell us to do?
Money's been reduced, but you're not cutting back your lifestyle.
Hmm.
And see, one thing about us as FBA, we understand that, hey, we got to cut some things. We got to figure some other things out. We got to know how to stretch this money. If this is what we got, this is what we got. We can't go do everything else. Hey, if we can't go shopping like we used to, we got to cut that back. If we can't go out to the concerts and the clubs and restaurants, okay, we cut that back. We eat at home. We chill our hot nerves, right? We chill. We know what to do. But these people in this particular community never been put in a position. We talk about collectively. We're not talking about individually. But they have collectively had to deal with what we have to deal with. And the thing is, what we have to deal with has been constant for hundreds of years. So what she's talking about, that's nothing. We as black people deal with that all the time. And the thing is, we know what to do. When the economy gets bad and all that situation, we know exactly how to move.
But even with that, and knowing that, and having lived like we have, generation after generation, there's coming a time here, all right, that, like it says, unlike any other that has ever been before or since. So this really doesn't apply. Yes, to some degree, Jake is going to, be not be as stressed. But no, we're talking about a whole new thing coming up here. All right. And namely, as I said at the onset of the video, this MOT is coming back. Right. This is something completely different that the world has never seen. All right. We're talking total control, just about. That's what they're seeking to do. My next video is going to be about, again, on the topic, but having to do with, these junkyard fires. Real strange. Or is it? But in any case, still here. White supremacy historically has been about control. Just look back at the history. They have to seek control. That's why we know that these people have a God complex. Hence, 2 Thessalonians 2nd chapter, Isaiah 14th chapter, Ezekiel 28th chapter, etc. This is what they're known for. All right. So he seeks to have total control. You're seeing these things happen with the tiny hats. I mean, they're just taking over. And if you see anything about it, like what's happening in New York, actually, Cenk Uygur from the Young Turks was just expelled from the UK for speaking facts about the tiny hats. So as he got to the airport and he was supposed to give a speech, I think it was at a university, I don't know which one. I want to say one of the elite colleges, but I'm not, because I'm not sure. But they stopped him right there. Nope, you may not enter because of what you said about certain people. And he brought up the fact that, The irony in all this is that you're proving me correct by what you're doing. So, but yeah, these people cannot handle. All right. And this is only the beginning. As I said in my last video, let me get some scriptures right off the bat because, yes, these curses are being transferred to these people. And again, I love it. I love it. I love it. God dang it. This thing just won't. What the hell? Okay. Pardon me. All right, here we go. This is Deuteronomy 30 and 7. You know, this coming, as time goes on, this is going to be brought out more and more because we're here. This is Deuteronomy 30 and 7. It says, and the Most High Yahweh thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Yeah, doesn't feel so good when the shoe's on your foot. All right, let's get some more. This is going to be all right, Isaiah 10. Scroll on down. All right, this is Isaiah 10 and 12. It says, therefore, wherefore it shall come to pass that when the Lord hath performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart. And oh, these are some proud motherfuckers. That's another thing. They are so used to getting their way, and it's just expected. And now, since their world is being turned upside down, they're now that privilege is withering away. Oh no. It says his whole work up on Mount Zion and Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria, and the glory of his high looks. Let me read it again. Wherefore it shall come to pass that when the Most High hath performed his whole work upon the Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart. The fruit of the stout heart. Let's get that in the Strongs. All right. Of the stout heart. All right. Greatness, stout. I'm looking for something else. Hold on. Let's see. Gadol. All right. Strong's H. From Strong's H 1431. All right. Properly to twist. All right. Let's see. As in body, mind, estate, or honor. Yep. Also in pride. Look at that. Also in pride. Advance, boast. That's your pump. Bring up, exceed. All right. Just as he, as it says in Psalm 62 and 4 about he about casting us down from our excellency. This is going to be done to him. All right. All right. And let's see. For he saith, verse 13, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. This is characteristic of Edom. Yeah. Proud. Proud, proud, proud. And they're being brought down low. All right. As it says in Obadiah, when you get the heading, let me get it. Obadiah. What does it say? Edom will be humbled. And boy, aren't they. This is worldwide, as a matter of fact.
But we know, okay, hey, we need to chill our nerves. Hey, we need to do this. Hey, we need to do that. And we cool. And we still enjoy our life. We know what to do. She's working 12 hours and getting off a job and going on DoorDash up to midnight. And then she got to get up and go back to her job again. Y'all, they're not built to work like that. I'm just keeping it 100. They're not. Because when they could have built the country, they chose not to. Or they couldn't do it on their own. Let me say that much. They get nothing going on until they They got us to do it for them. And what's happening to them right now is, like I was told today, well, the scriptures say that the first shall be last and the last shall be first. And I really believe we're living in that hour of the last is going to be first. See, we've been last for a very long time. We've been last. And we've been last not because we were just being lazy. We were last not because, we just not good people or we didn't have community, family, or whatever. No. We were last by design. And let me tell you something, you can't keep a design holding anybody back, no matter who they are, forever. They are
That in and of itself should let you know there's more going on here, because that scripture I just read, these Edomites think they've done all this. They're the ones that it was by their hand that Jake went down. Oh no. This was the Most High's doing as punishment. All right, when you read the first, let me get my mic here. When you read the first 14 verses of Deuteronomy 28th chapter, Moses was telling them, if you do these things accordingly, if you obey the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, oh man, you'll enjoy the fruits thereof. You'll be above all the other nations. All right, all these blessings will come upon you. 15 tells us, well, if you don't, the consequences of that, well, verse 16 through 68 is pretty much the Murphy's Law of the Israelites. All right. Yeah. What can go wrong will go wrong. And that's what we've been enduring. All right. So let's finish this on out.
single-handedly destroying their own world. We have nothing to do with it. Think about it. The chaos that they're dealing with, they can't say it's black people destroying the cities, black people burning down businesses, black people looting. No, we haven't done any of it. We're sitting in our houses. We're chilling. We're not out there protesting what Trump is doing. We're not saying a word like, hey, Trump, hey, do what you do. Just stay out, leave us alone. We ain't got nothing to do with it. We're not saying anything. The Democrat Party freaking out because you're like, hey, bro, we not even getting involved with you either. You want to be on that minority coalition, that coalition politics thing? Go holler at the coalition. We not part of it. And then find out over 6 million people sat down on the couch last year, or 2 years ago, let me say, during that election. That's the main thing. See, when black people fall back, and we, like I said, we don't have to commit a crime. We don't have to do nothing. We just fall back, rest our nerves, chill, and not do nothing. And everything start falling apart. I want y'all to see how important Black America is that when we partially, and I say partially, we haven't fully, partially remove ourselves out of America to a point while still being in it, they can't function. See, what they want us to do is get out there and protest Trump and do all that, take the slings and arrows, take the rubber bullets, getting beaten, go to jail, and do all this stuff to cause change so the other groups can benefit. Go out there, fight with ICE, and do all
everybody
this
except us.
And then we don't benefit from it at the end of the day. These other groups are not going to fight the white supremacy, the government, or anything else. They're going to come protest on the weekend on their day off. Because they're not here I told everybody that, and I'm going to keep drilling that into your head. They're not here to fight white supremacy. They're here for a better life. They're here to get money. That's what they're here to do. They're here to try to bring more of their family members over here to America. That's what they're here to do. They're not here to make America a better place. If America goes to hell in a handbasket because they love their country, they will leave this one too. That's what
I've always brought out whenever I could. This Isaiah 13th chapter, all right, the judgment of Babylon, and it gets down here to, let's see. There it is, 14. It says, and it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land. All right. That's why I would always bring that, for that very reason. I would bring these scriptures out. All right. Because they know, like you said, they just here to make that money. All right. And old Jake, that's why it's going to be known as Jacob's trouble. Where does Jake have to go? Now you see a few Jakes that they've, you know, gone to other countries. I was just looking at them, some last night. Some have gone to Africa, and others have gone various other places, South America, uh, Thailand. Uh, you know, he said, F America, but our people got to realize we're still under the curses. Still, all right, still under the curses. All right, back to the video.
All y'all have to understand about any kind of immigrant, no matter where they come from. They're not here to benefit the country and benefit us. They're here to benefit themselves. And that's okay. Let them do them. We got to do us as Black Americans. We have to do us 24/7. Okay? And we're doing us now. And because we're doing us, now they really get to see the folks, how the politicians treat them. How they think that, well, we're going to take away programs that supposedly help Black people. Really, those programs are helping more white people.
Yep.
And they're suffering because of it. I seen one of them crying and complaining and say her father is 67, he still got to work. And he white, he has to work. Well, he should be retired. You understand what I'm saying? Well, I'm talking to a Black woman today who works for the federal government. She said she can retire in 2 years. And she said, but at the most, she may go to 55. She may got 5 more years to go.
And that was a lot of big thing here in the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia. A lot of Jake, Prince George's County here in Maryland. As far as I know, to this day, is still the most, for so-called African Americans, the most, the richest county for so-called Black Americans. I think that's still the case. But a lot of that was those government jobs. They've got the years, but they don't have the age because they started real young. All right, so yeah, but what did he do when he got in this time? Trump. He let a lot of Jakes got that wake up call. They thought everything was just, hey, this is rock solid. How much better than with no education can you get with a government job? And that was big. It was a big thing here. All right, here we go. Back to the video.
But she said, yeah, I got 2 more years and I can walk off and I'll be fine. I got full retirement and I'm good. And I will probably start the business I want to start. She wasn't tripping. Every time I see Black people, they fine in the midst of this crazy in this country. Yeah, we like, wow, that's crazy. But, it's kind of like the situation with the fiery furnace in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? we all in the fiery furnace, but we not getting burned. They are. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening right now. We in the midst of a fiery furnace, and Black people not even getting a hair on our head burned. But the rest of them, that's why they crying. That's why they making these videos. Because it's tearing them up. And it's not finished. Oh, it's not finished. I told y'all I've been preaching this sermon since this man walked in the office. I say by the time he walks out that office, they not gonna know if they coming or going. They gonna have a massive mental health breakdown. All over the country. They gonna start crashing out too. In several ways. First is on video. You know how they get down. I ain't got to really fully explain it. You know how they get down. Because one thing they can't stand is suffering like me and you. We know how to suffer. We know. And we know how to abound too in the midst of it and live great. So we here to watch though. We here definitely to talk about it and report on it. Because we told y'all for years about these issues and problems in this country. We told y'all. How many black people had to work 2 jobs, 3 jobs to make it? Not getting a living wage. Now y'all every day, we not getting enough living wage. Well, when black people saying this for years, when you would get it, you didn't care. Now you seeing that nobody cares about you. Black people, I've worked 2 jobs before, many times, because I couldn't make it in my life. Nobody cared. That's why nobody's gonna care about y'all. See, if you'd have cared when we said it, y'all would be dealing with that right now. There's no reason. Let me tell you something. All Americans suffer. There's no reason for you to go work 2 jobs. Your one job, especially working full time, your one job should provide for your income. And if your job cannot provide for you, then what you got to do, Americans, I'm even trying to help you. You're going to have to curb your lifestyle. You have to curb the spending. You have to do an inventory of everything you're spending. I promise there's a lot you can cut. See, Americans in general wants to spend. They don't want to hold back. They don't want to save. They don't want to cut. Oh, I just go work more so I keep spending. You're not working more to say, okay, I'm trying to get $20,000 saved in the bank. You're not working more to do that. You're working more to spend.
And regardless direction that everything is headed towards, as we all know, it said all roads lead to the MOTB. That's not going to matter anyway, because of course, this digital system, like I said, it's all about control. They know what they're doing. And a lot of you that don't believe in the scriptures, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's all right there. It's happening in front of your face. Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 and 17, like they've always said. See, people didn't believe it because they were under the impression that paper money, coin, that kind of thing, physical currency was always going to be created. No, that's coming to an end. Again, this is about control. So if everything goes digital, our enemy, our oppressor, can always monitor where everything's going. Same thing with these vehicles that I mentioned earlier, what they're doing. Putting this software and this hardware in these vehicles to where you can be monitored. All right. And if anybody's stupid enough to think that it's just going to stop with, well, looks like you're sleepy, we're going to cut your car off. No, no, the whole thing, the warning is trying to warn you about the abuse that's going to happen with that. Oh, you went to this rally. No. Push the button, your shit won't start. Or if it's already going, it shuts off. You could be on the highway. That actually happened to a Jake in a Tesla, I think it was. They cut his shit off on the freeway. So yeah, like I said, this is about Edom's control. All right, he's going for world domination, Pinky in the Brain style. All right.
And that spending you're doing doesn't benefit you. It benefits the elite that you complain about.
There you go.
But as the black people, we understand that. Hey, I gotta cut this, I gotta cut that. Hey, I gotta cut, hey, these streaming services, we're gonna cut them down to 1. Let's pick the best one. Can't afford all that every month. We don't watch this, we don't watch that. Okay, cool. This is what we're gonna do. And that's just it. That's it. But they are experiencing the same things we've been talking about for years. And we're doing, a lot of black people are doing great in this economy in the midst of all that trouble.
There you go. Yeah. How does it feel? Oh, yeah. How does it feel? So, yeah, this time that we've been preaching about, all right, looking forward to, is upon us. And these people are feeling it. Again, this is beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Hey, got to end it with what I usually end it, the last couple anyway. Let's go to Ciroc. Let's go back to, all right, 25 and 7. All right, there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy. And the 10th I will utter with my tongue, a man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And that's where we're at right now. These motherfuckers can't. No, this can't be happening to me. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You thought you were in like Flint, that the elites actually cared about your ass. I was going to say something else, but I don't know. No. You were played all this time. All right. So with that, I'm going to end it there. I hope whoever views this video has been edified. That's what we aim to do here at Great Millstone, filter everything through the scriptures as it should be. And a lot of you are finding out that, hey, all this time, all right, these guys were interpreting things correctly. And these prophecies, yeah, they're happening, with the aid of the Holy Spirit, of course. This is not of our, works. We're not proud as this damn devil they were under. We know better. All right. So, with that, I encourage you once again to remain circumspect. Keep your eyes and ears open. All right. So with that, until next video, shalom, shalom.